What if I told you that the coolest shelf IKEA has ever made isn't for sale anymore? It's not on their website, it's not in their showroom, but it's blowing up on TikTok, design blogs, and vintage resale sites. It's lightweight, it's sleek, and it's everything that the Bayakori line shelf tried to be. But that completely missed. If you don't know, I'm talking about the IKEA Enetri shelf, a minimalistic legend that has quietly become one of the most sought after pieces in vintage IKEA history. And in this video, I'm going to show you where exactly to find this item in 2025 without paying collector prices. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, first, let's talk about what went wrong with IKEA's latest attempt to bring this style back. In early 2025, IKEA announced the Bayakori shelf, a reissue of their classic guide shelving unit as part of the Nilaradakat, sorry for that, collection. It was meant to bring back the same minimalistic steel frame vibe from the Enetri. But the launch was a total disaster. Customers quickly reported major issues, poor materials, wobbly construction, and shelves that couldn't bear weight. This was especially rough in the US market, and the feedback was putrid. Now, IKEA has temporarily halted global sales on the Bayakori shelf due to stability concerns, and there has no official recall or no official relaunch date. And that flop, it only made the original Enetri shelf even more desirable. So, there are rumors that IKEA may reissue in the future this retro vibe capsule, but until then, here are 4 places you can find the real thing right now without paying designer money. Number 1, Facebook Marketplace. Now, this is where the best steals live, and if you know how to work the system, you can get a huge score. First tip, Facebook Marketplace is an algorithm-based system. The more you search for items like metal shelf, IKEA bookcase, or vintage storage unit, the more Marketplace will surface related listings. So, check it daily. Seriously, check it daily. Most sellers won't call it Enetri. Instead, you'll see posts labeled black shelf, industrial rack, or bookshelf. Use these photo previews to spot the telltale metal rails and the light wood style panels. Expand your search radius if you're willing to drive, and always be willing to negotiate shipping if you want that piece. And yes, I've seen Enetri sets go from $300 to $500 on Facebook Marketplace, which is a steal for such a timeless piece. But also another tip, message fast and don't be afraid to make an offer, because if you wait too long, they will be gone. Now, the second place is obviously consignment shops and vintage furniture stores. Now, this method takes a little bit more effort, but it's one of my personal favorites. By 2025, most consignment sellers know what they got when it comes to the Enetri shelf. So expect to see pricing in between the $400 to $600 range. Now, why is the markup, you say, on this? You can get it on Facebook for $300. Well, these shops have overhead and curation costs. But here's the good news. They're almost always open to negotiate. So when you go up to the front counter, just ask, will you be willing to do a discount on this? I've personally gotten 20% off using that exact line. And while it may be harder to find an Enetri shelf in a consignment shop, it is better than digging online, because you'll be able to see the shelf already assembled and styled, which helps you visualize how it'll look in your space before buying. And most consignment stores take care of their inventory, so the condition tends to be great. And if you're up for the hunt and you want to see it in person, this is a fantastic option. Option number 3, it has to be eBay. eBay is usually the most expensive way to buy an Enetri shelf, but it's also the most direct. If you want one now and you don't want to wait around, this is probably your best shot. That said, expect to pay between $500 to $1,000 depending on the size, condition, and seller, and don't forget about the shipping cost. Even though the Enetri shelf can be disassembled and packaged flat, is still a large and kind of heavy package. So most sellers do charge for shipping separately. Now, if you want to look for some money, if you want to save some money, look for listings with that local pickup selection and filter by your zip code. You'll avoid paying shipping fees, and you can even negotiate in person. But if you're in a rush and you want one as soon as possible, eBay gives you the convenience and availability at a premium. Number 4 place, and my last place, thrift stores. This one is for the bargain hunters. It's the hardest way to find an Enetri shelf, but the one with the biggest return. I've seen people online score these for about $20 at their local Goodwill. No markup, no haggling, just luck and timing. Now, of course, there are trade-offs. The shelves might be dusty, scratched, or even missing pieces. And you have to check dozens of stores before potentially finding one. But if you're patient and committed to the hunt, thrift stores are where legendary steals happen. And if you're the type that loves treasure hunting and scoring that $1-in-a-million find, this is your move. So let's recap. Facebook Marketplace, cheap deals, fast-moving, algorithm-based, search every day. Consignment shops, priced higher but often displayed beautifully and open to negotiation. eBay, most inventory, high prices, factoring shipping, but great for fast access. Thrift stores, rare find, rock bottom prices, and the biggest payoff if you get lucky. The IKEA Enetri shelf isn't just another bookcase, it's a design sleeper hit. And with the Buy a Corey flop, the IKEA still figuring out their next move, this is the perfect time to track down the real deal. Now, if you find one, drop a comment down below. Let me know where you scored it. Was it Facebook, the thrift store, vintage gold mine? Let me know. And if you could please do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications. And like always, peace.